Earth's First Stardestroyer. Chapter 1. The Ruins of Peace. The stars had always been a dream for humanity, a canvas for their greatest aspirations and darkest fears. When the breakthrough came, first contact, the leap into interstellar travel, the discovery that Earth was far from alone, the dream turned into something else entirely. It became survival. The galaxy was not a utopia. It was a sprawling, chaotic network of ancient empires, fading alliances, and predatory powers. Humanity had stepped onto the galactic stage, not as equals, but as newcomers, untested and viewed with a mix of curiosity and contempt. The Council of Stars, a loosely organized assembly of elder races, offered Earth conditional membership, a chance to prove itself under the watchful eyes of species that had been sailing the stars when humans were still fashioning tools from stone. The Zarathi Dominion was the first to test Earth's resolve. The insectoid empire, vast and ruthless, saw the fledgling human colonies in the Epsilon Eridani system as easy pickings. They sent their fleets to subjugate, expecting Earth to fold as so many others had. But Earth didn't fold. The Horizon Wars were brutal and swift, fought on the icy rings of gas giants and the barren surfaces of airless moons. Humanity had no fleet to match the Zarathi, no planetary shields or gravitic weapons. What they had was desperation, ingenuity, and a refusal to accept extinction. They turned mining ships into makeshift frigates, strapped electromagnetic railguns to orbital stations, and unleashed AI systems capable of outthinking Zarathi battle algorithms. When the war ended, humanity was bloodied but unbroken. The Zarathi withdrew, humiliated, their fleets torn apart by tactics no elder species would have considered. But the victory came with a sobering realization. Earth was now on the map, and the galaxy had taken notice. It was in the aftermath of the Horizon Wars that Project Nemesis was born. Chapter 2. The Forge Beneath the Sands. The Martian base was buried kilometers beneath the surface, hidden from prying eyes by layers of rock and state-of-the-art cloaking technology. Officially, it didn't exist. To the outside galaxy, Mars was still a frontier world, a place for miners and researchers. In reality, it had become the heart of humanity's most ambitious project. Admiral Leona Alvarez stood in the observation chamber, looking down at the skeletal form of the Nemesis. The ship was massive, its hull a patchwork of carbon-titanium alloys reinforced with graphene layers. Even in its unfinished state, it radiated power. "How long until she's combat-ready?" Alvarez asked, her voice sharp. Dr. Elias Rendell, the lead engineer, adjusted his glasses nervously. "We're pushing every limit we have, Admiral. The frame's complete, but the weapon systems, especially the Thanatos array, are still in development. The AI core is operational, but we're having issues with integration. Best case scenario? 18 months. "We don't have 18 months, Alvarez said. She gestured to the holographic display showing recent intelligence reports. Zarathi ships had been sighted in neighboring systems, and Council patrols were growing increasingly aggressive. "If they find out what we're building here, they'll come for us before we're ready." "We could accelerate the schedule," Rendell said hesitantly, "but it would mean cutting corners. Skipping tests. We'd be flying blind in some areas." "We're already flying blind," Alvarez said. "Get it done." Chapter 3. The Whisper of Betrayal. The Council's chambers were a cathedral of light and sound, vast and ancient, designed to awe and intimidate. Representatives from dozens of species filled the tiered seats, their forms as diverse as the stars themselves. In the center stood Ambassador Tessa Marlowe, Earth's envoy to the Council. "Humanity is grateful for the opportunity to contribute to this assembly," Marlowe said, her tone measured. "But we must remind the Council that our colonies remain vulnerable. We've upheld our commitments to peace. Can the same be said for others?" The Zarathi ambassador clicked its mandibles in irritation. "You speak of peace, yet your species arms itself at an alarming rate. Do not think we are unaware of the project on your red world." Marlowe's heart skipped a beat, but she didn't let it show. Mars is a research hub, nothing more. If the Zarathi Dominion has evidence to the contrary, we invite them to present it. The ambassador's multifaceted eyes glinted. You cannot hide from the stars forever, human. Chapter 4. The Spark of War. When the Zarathi fleet arrived in Seoul, there was no warning. Over 200 ships dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the system, their arrival scattering Earth's fledgling defense forces. The Dominion had returned, and this time they had brought allies. Admiral Alvarez watched the holographic display from the command center on Luna, her face grim. The Zarathi had learned from their defeat. This fleet was larger, better coordinated, and equipped with new weapons designed to counter humanity's tactics. "Do we have any reinforcements?" asked Captain Elise Moran, standing at Alvarez's side. "None that will get here in time," Alvarez said. "It's up to us, and Nemesis." Chapter 5. Into the Fire. The Nemesis launched 2 weeks ahead of schedule, her hull barely sealed, her systems untested. Captain Moran stood on the bridge, her crew scrambling to bring the ship online as the Zarathi fleet advanced. "Status report," she barked. "Weapons at 50%, said Lieutenant Keene, her weapons officer. "Shields are operational, but I wouldn't bet on them holding for long." Moran clenched her fists. "Helm, plot an intercept course. If they want to fight, let's give them one." The ship lurched as its engines roared to life. On the display, the Zarathi fleet loomed closer, a wall of chitinous ships bristling with weapons. "Railguns online," Keene reported. "Target the nearest cruiser," Moran ordered, "and fire." The Nemesis's railguns lit up the void, hyper-dense projectiles streaking toward the Zarathi fleet. The battle had begun.